happens in Las Vegas stays in Las Vegas might be out. We might be done with the iconic, huge, mega 16, almost 17-year-old slogan. Now, this is a big deal because there might be a new one coming, and Steven Tyler, the front man of Aerosmith, who is one heck of a guy, apparently likes to lead chants and possibly blow things and spoil things. No, I like Steven Tyler. He might have actually leaked this at one of his shows because Aerosmith does a residency here. So let's talk about what is going to happen to what happens here stays here, a little bit about the history of this iconic ad campaign and why it might be changing up, because it could be, I don't know, a stupid reason, a good reason, you tell me. So my name's Steven. I'm not leaving Las Vegas. It's a car video because I'm trying to do as many videos as I can before the year's end. Help me get to 10,000 viewers or subscribers, please, and like, share, subscribe. Tell me what you think about the slogan, what happens here stays here. Do you think it's politicized? Do you think what I'm going to tell you is ridiculous? Comment below and share this with somebody so they can get their mind expanded and give some opinions too. What happens here stays here was an iconic, one of the most successful advertising campaigns possibly ever when you consider the scope and scale and how much money flows through the coffers of Las Vegas, Nevada. It's generated possibly trillions of dollars of revenue for different companies. It comes back to 2003, where R&R and Associates, I think it's in the link description below, they were tasked with coming up with a new motto. This was after the child-friendly era of Las Vegas. You remember the days back when the Luxor had a 4D ride that took you to the check-in desk, back when the MGM Grand had a literal Emerald City inside with the Wizard of Oz, back when the Excalibur had a fire-breathing dragon, the New York had roller coasters and legitimate arcades, the Stratosphere had amusement park rides on top, and the Sphinx opened up at the Luxor and had a laser light show. Back in the day when Vegas was becoming a place for kids, everybody who ran the gaming industry said, hold on, kids can't gamble. What are we doing? Parents bring the kids. Parents spend time with the kids. Parents can't gamble because there's no daycare for the kids. Let's get rid of these kids and just make it for adults. So what happens here stays here was born in 2003. It was a big, huge campaign, and it spread like wildfire. In the day before social media, before YouTube, before Facebook was really a thing, you had people sharing this like a meme, which was a lot harder to do. And now it seems like that might be coming to an end. Now, Steven Tyler, who's doing a residency with his group Aerosmith, you might have heard of them, iconic American rock, worldwide famous, led the crowd in a chant at the Park Theater where they're doing their residency, and he said things are changing up, and what happens here stays here, but some things only happen here. Shania Twain also teased that there's something big coming in January 26th of 2020 that happens to be exactly about a week before the Super Bowl happens. What a better time to really roll out a nationwide, heck, a global ad campaign and change the slogan of the entire city of Las Vegas. And gosh, heavens knows, this city has the money to advertise during the Super Bowl. That would get your message out, you know, and the Super Bowl is some of the most expensive ad time in the entire world as far as I understand too. So only happens here, or what happens here stays here. The reason they might be wanting to change it, though, is something that just blows my mind. And I have never gotten political on this channel, and I'm not going to tell you which way you should think on this issue. But with Twain having his allegations of misconduct of the sexual nature, and with the amount of climate we live in right now, some people have been criticizing the, you know, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas moniker, saying that it's not really fit for the times, and some folks have been saying that we need to tone things down, and this suggests that Vegas is just a place for debauchery and for craziness. Now, it's funny because 16, 17 years ago, I don't think anybody was thinking, oh my gosh, that's clicking their tongues and going, what are we going to do about that Las Vegas, trying to have, that was what it was back then. It was a place for adults to come and hang out, and the message was clear. You don't bring your children to Las Vegas necessarily. You come here as adults. This is an adult thing. Go do some adult things. And what happens here stays here. You don't even have to tell your friends about it. And that's what that was. And that drew them in. So if only happens here is a Vegas thing, I don't know if that even makes sense. I mean, lots of things happen in Las Vegas that happen in other places. We have football games coming up next year, but that doesn't only happen in Vegas. We have hockey, but that doesn't only happen in Vegas. We have Cirque du Soleil, which doesn't only happen in Vegas. We also have gambling, which is not just a Vegas thing. I guess the Bellagio fountains could be considered a Vegas thing, only in Vegas, but there's also the same company called Wet Designs that makes fountains in Chicago and Dubai and I think Manila, Philippines, big resorts there. So I don't know what I think about the only happens here slogan, if that's the new slogan. If Steven Tyler really did leak it, he's going to have some splaining to do. If Shania Twain and Steven Tyler talking about this on social media and during concerts is just a thing for them to get some kind of mumblings and grumblings in an ever increasingly distracting world of every 3 seconds there seems to be something new coming at your phone in the news cycle, that could be what's happening there as well. But I'm interested if you think that changing the slogan from what happens here stays here to something like only happens here, because we don't know if that's the official thing, if you think that that's a good idea, or do you think they should leave it as it is, or do you think that Vegas is grasping at straws, saying, "Oh, guys, we gotta hold on to our audience"? What's the reason behind this? I mean, gosh, heaven knows every year we have more tourists coming to Las Vegas. Every year, even though everybody tells me gambling is dead, they still have a quarter of the year where they post the all-time highest ever gambling. So, you know, it's just interesting to me. What do you think? You sound off in the comments below. It's December 3rd, and it's going to be 60 degrees today. That's a beautiful thing. Like, share, subscribe. If you want to support the channel with Patreon or a PayPal donation or a shirt or just email me, you can do that in the comments below. Thanks for watching, sharing, liking. Only happens here. What happens here stays here. How about, you know, Vegas, now 50% less hot. That would be a good slogan, but it might be considered false advertising. I gotta go. Bye-bye.